think it's yo, what's up guys? What's going on? It's G here. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing good. Today we're gonna talk about Polestar. Pretty rough day in the market for me, just trading stuff. So always feels good to come back and talk about a stock that I love, Polestar. They just had some news recently, so let's take a look at that. We'll also take a look at the chart. And yeah, I feel good about Polestar. Everything else is falling off the table, but I think this one's near the lows. So I want to give you guys my thoughts on stuff going forward. I also want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling. I have got some comments. People hate the stock. At this point, I think you guys should understand this is not a day trader stock. This is going to be a long-term investment now. And yeah, we're going to go over some of the numbers that they talked about or that they announced, which are not bad. I know some of you guys have put some of that stuff in the comments too, so we've kind of covered some of it, but just wanted to do a video strictly dedicated to that. And if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. And do me a favor, just hit the like button so we can get this video out to other people. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So not a terrible day. Honestly, this should be green. The market was pretty much good overall. I think we closed at like 400 on the SPY. So a little disappointing, but at least it's not down 5%. And around these prices, honestly, I think this is getting an area to where you guys should maybe start buying a few shares, I think. I've been focusing on day trading so much that I probably need to go back and start allocating to the long-term portfolio and give more attention to it. But let's first talk about, should we talk about their deliveries, which were the first half. And yeah, so we had some hiccups along the way. Early half of the year, we had a lot of lockdowns, a lot of unforeseen things, right? But with this September update that they gave us, they basically are, still hopeful that they can do their 50 deliveries by the end of the year, which, by the way, it is revised from 65, but at least they can get the 50,000. That'll be a pretty insane growth for this 2022 physical year. So what did they say? Polestar says still very confident in reaching that 50,000 mark for this year. Big boost in the last quarter is gonna be basically off the P3. So that I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna help their deliveries. When I read that, I'm thinking, are they gonna start delivering Polestars, maybe November and December? Because they're saying that it's gonna help them with the 50 vehicle target. So I don't know. I was thinking they would just announce the P3 in October and then, start taking reservations, and then maybe early spring next year, that's when they would start doing deliveries. But just based off of this statement, if I'm reading it correctly, it looks like they are going to be delivering Polestar 3s this year, which is insane. As you guys know, the SUV market is going to be huge, probably their biggest market, and just really the best automotive market to be in. So we'll kind of see how that goes into October. We are already kind of halfway through September, so this is actually right around the corner also. But let's talk a little bit more about this. Their numbers, 21,000. I believe we've already kind of talked about these in some of the deliveries. Most popular is the P2, of course. They basically just stopped production on the P1 and then, fully transitioning to fully electric. Zero emissions is the goal, of course, and then last year for the same half, I believe they were just doing 9,500. Yeah, that's right. So insane growth. They're doing about 100% growth, and we still have another half quarter or half a year to go. So hopefully we can get to that 50,000 by the end of the year. But really, what I guess what the biggest statement is definitely the stuff up here. But I think the ramp ups and stuff for the last quarter should be basically just increasing volume and stuff for deliveries and stuff. All that kind of got disrupted by COVID and the heat droughts and all this stuff that we've talked about in a few other live streams. But it's insane. They've got 21,000 right now, and they're expected to do that about 30,000. Let's say a little under 30,000 in the same amount of time. And so what that's telling us is that they're definitely increasing their volume and their production, so they can definitely get more vehicles out in less time. And you can also take a look at that. We'll go over Tesla's, but some of their ramp up numbers were pretty insane, pretty crazy. So I'll share those, and that kind of backs up the targets can definitely be met. So again, talking about the Polestar 3 is going to help them in October. So still pretty excited to see how that plays out, and they actually deliver that this year. That'd be insane. Will far exceed my expectations, honestly. I'm not expecting them to do that this year. I'm expecting them to get the reservations and then start rolling those out next year. But we maintain strong momentum in our global order take and expect to deliver 50,000 to our customers this year, meeting the 2022 sales guidance. CEO from Polestar, Thomas, said. And then with several groundbreaking cars to come, Polestar is poised for a period of growth. Yeah, so 2023, 2024 is like the time frame where a lot of these new vehicles are really going to start hitting the road. So like Fisker, the F-150 is like just starting to get delivered. Some semis from Tesla is going to start. I got an article on that. We'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, just a lot of upcoming companies. Even maybe Arrival, I think, is doing deliveries. So yeah, just tons of companies that are actually going to start delivering their cars and really make that change to a clean infrastructure and stuff. Like outside of all the BS and stuff, this is basically the goal, right? To get or shift from gas to fully electric. Not talking any economics and stuff, right? This is just more in a ideal world. This is what the plan is. So yeah, I think that's cool. Some of the numbers that came in for them, 1 billion, is double basically what they did last year. I think last year was like, actually, I don't know. Yeah, in the first half, they nearly doubled the revenue to 1 million versus last year. And I think one of you guys mentioned a lot of the listings and just the deliveries and everything is good, but the losses was like a lot bigger. And I think one of you guys mentioned part of that was this backlisting. So basically the SPAC merger, they had to pay a huge fee for that. And so I think that was like 372 million they just paid just to start listing on the NASDAQ. So that's like a one-time fee. So that's like a very outlier. That's not going to be like reoccurring, right? So it is going to definitely hurt them in the short term. I think maybe that was an opportunity for bears to jump in, or shorts. But everything else I think was all right. So yeah, the bigger operating loss was 885 compared to 520 last year. But like I said, a lot of that was 372 was based off that charge or that fee for listing into the NASDAQ. But just getting into the NASDAQ, I think it's a good expense because now they can start getting more investors. They can start getting partnerships. They're just more relevant, or what's the word? Just actually start trading like a company, right? And just get some more exposure, basically. So, like when they started ringing the bell and stuff, I'm sure they had the Polestars outside and parked and stuff. So, yeah. And then expansion and cost of marketing. So that's gonna come with high growth stocks, I think. So I have some numbers of stuff that they like, some markets that they expanded in. So I'll share those in just a second too. But yeah, just Polestar took a small hit as it increased spending on future vehicles and battery technologies. That's right, also. So aside from cost of marketing and expansion into the new markets, they also are expanding and spending money in future models and battery technologies. Like I'm not sure the name of that company that they invested in, but just here and there making investments, right? So hopefully those pay dividends down the road. For now, it's just going to look bad in the balance sheet. One thing that's good though, they were able to offset some of this cost by reducing research and development expenses. So that's good based off just either changing their approach, just changing their process and just making it more efficient and stuff. So and then I guess also reducing in general, just reducing some of that effort going into research and development. So that saved them about 8 million, which is good. It shows that the management board has their head on right and are definitely looking at numbers and the progress that's going through, just creating a big high growth stock, right, or a company. This is just the last quote here from Thomas. We made important progress in the first half of 2022 as we doubled revenues and volume. So volume is a big important thing, because now we can start making more deliveries in less amount of time, and over time it's basically just gonna scale after that. It's just, you know, starts piling on and makes things a little easier, and before you know it, we can get to 50,000 and bigger targets, you know, right? So for 2023, I don't even know how many numbers how many deliveries we're doing there, but yeah, volume is important, and having that production and that the assembly line, and just having, you know, a good process and efficient, because that's what's basically, I think, Lucid, you know, they're doing a terrible job of management, and that's what's hurting their deliveries and stuff. But the comparison to Polestar, they're actually meeting these numbers, right? The losses are an outlier right now just because of that, you know, fee, but everything else seems to be on track. And then, like I said, successfully listing on the NASDAQ is huge for them. They can start getting new investors and just more recognition, exposure. So, and yeah, and I mean, with the NASDAQ, they can also raise money, right? That's something that they can do in case they need to, you know, get some more funding and stuff, which is not something we want to hear, but something definitely that could happen. So let me show you guys a few of these numbers that I was talking about. This is just another article here, and basically some of the numbers for the first half. Oops. So impressive results, no doubt, driven by the Polestar 2, strong orders from private buyers, and then as well as Hertz. So we've basically know all this, right? And then, you know, the stock can do what it wants, but as long as the numbers are matching and are doing good, that's all we really care about at the end of the day, I think. That's why I said this is not like a day trader stock. I think some people flip the shares and stuff like a couple cents, but for me, it's just not worth it. It's just buy and hold, honestly. But yeah, and at these prices, I think it's a pretty good opportunity. I think we have like 15 billion market cap, but these are some of the numbers or the markets. They added 6 markets to its reach, adding 22 points or locations and 123 service points. So in total, now we have 125 retail locations and 934 service points. So insane growth there, and everything else basically I kind of already talked about it. They did that Polestar 5, which, you know, or Polestar 6, which sold out like first week, but we've basically talked about that already. And then everything else I think I covered. There was this other article here, which is basically they are, I don't know how that showed up that way, but basically the new Polestar facelift. They have some spy or some leaked images of it. Let me know what you guys think about it. I think it looks pretty neat. I don't like the grille. It looks like that was part of the change. So underwent some changes this year with the addition of a cheaper single motor version and updates for the 2023 lineup. That's actually old news. We've basically covered that, but they are doing some visuals. You know, just small little settled things. I think it's going to be for the 2024 model. The 2023s are already basically going to start rolling out. I think this is going to be like the facelift for 2024, I believe. So Polestar has covered up most of the grille, the vertical slats that are different from the block-like design of the existing model. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but then they say the headlights remain the same. So the only thing that they really changed is the grille and then like the bumper. But honestly, the taillights look different, and it might just be because the bumper is different. But it just looks kind of meaner. Like the taillights or the headlights look a lot like a mean. I don't know how to say it. They look like, yeah, they look good. That's a good way to say it. The test car is expected to be a 2024 model, right? Also will not have the fog lights. So that's good and bad. You're taking a little bit from the customer, but you're also going to be taking away expenses and just effort and labor. So that's a win. That's a win for manufacturing, but it is something that came with the car that they'll be taking away. So that's not, you know, from the customer end, that's not good. But I think that's all the changes for the facelift of Polestar 2. just very subtle changes. And actually, some people might not want so many changes, right? Because it's already a very nice looking car. I don't really like the grille. I'm not sure if that's going to be the final or if it's just part of this test model, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the grille. Yeah, and it's I don't know. I like the bumper. I like the bumper. I just don't like it doesn't have any fog lights. But the tail lights look smaller or they look meaner. I might have to compare some or look for some of the older ones just to get an idea. But let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think about the new model? I have more pictures. Let me find them. Let's see. It might be this. Yeah, here's another picture. So yeah, no grill or half grill. I don't know why they would do that. Different bumper, and then I guess the wheels are all going to stay the same. But let me find a few pictures. I think it looks really nice though. With the new bumper. I might need to look. I might need to look up the 2022, 2020 model, just to compare it really quick. Let me see if I can find that. And then we'll take a look at some of the Tesla news. Hopefully I don't make this live stream too long. Let me just look 2022 or 2021 Polestar. Let's take a look. I want to see the front end. Okay, so it is a different bumper. And see, it's like wider. For me, the tail lights or the headlights look they look bigger, don't they? Or maybe I'm just crazy. But this is the old bumper, and I guess the fog lights. Where are the fog lights? I can't see the fog lights. But the new one, let me find the new one. It's like really subtle. So it's like a slicker bumper, and I think the tail lights look different, but maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah. And then the full grill. I think the big thing is the grill. I actually like the grill, so I'm not a fan of them taking it off. And then the rest, I think you guys see, it looks slimmer on the front end. Like from the sides, it looks slimmer. But I don't know if it looks a lot slimmer. I really like it. I like the bumper. It might be the bumper that gives that perception that it looks like a lot slimmer in the front and a lot wider in the back. But I don't know. Let me switch over to. Okay, so what we got next? Okay, yeah. So now I want to talk about Tesla and NIO also. So the reason I want to talk about these is because it kind of gives us an idea of what's going on with deliveries, what's going on in China, because we don't really get that many updates from Polestar. So it's always good to kind of look at some of the other competitors and see how they're performing, how they're doing, and gives us an idea of how Polestar could be doing, right? So Tesla actually did their deliveries, or they did their August deliveries, and they actually set, clear near record highs as they did back in June. They got really close to that for their August deliveries. They delivered 77,000 in China during August. The 42 were exports, and then the total vehicles in China were 34. So they are delivering a lot to China, and then the exports were about 42,000. And this is all like despite the the lockdowns, the droughts, because with the droughts they had to shut down the power plants and stuff. And yeah, just experiencing a lot of production lost over the couple months. Even early in, what was it, April and May, they were losing production, and then back in June and July, I think they did. Yeah, so April and May, and then yeah, just a big slowdown for the EV manufacturers. But you can just see the comparison, or the drop to the rise, right? So in July, the sales fell to 28,000, which was like a 64% from June and 14% from last year, versus like these numbers up here, right? It's 42,000 and 34. Well, 77 actually. Let's just say 77. And then the exports was just 19,000 and just 8,400 delivered. So huge difference, right? And another part that Tesla did bounce back for this, or the deliveries, is because they did some changes to their manufacturing plant. So that's not something that we would have advantage of. This is just, why Tesla is so amazing, honestly, or such a good company. Oh, they blocked me out of this? Okay, then. I think I have a second backup article for that. But yeah, I guess the point is China triples China deliveries. That makes sense. And this is not the article I wanted, but maybe I can find it. That's a good one there. Okay, triples China deliveries after Gigafactory upgrades. Yeah, so in China, they have this Gigafactory in Shanghai. They did new production improvements, which like helped them bounce back. They did as much as three times the deliveries as they did in July, and I showed you guys those numbers, right? So about 77,000, which is 3 times the prior month. So these are just a breakdown of some of the numbers, right? I kind of showed you guys these already, honestly. In July, the factory did only 28,000. And yeah, so I showed you guys these numbers, 19,000 and 8,000 versus this month, August, 77,000. So it's showing that, you know, the upgrades to this is actually improving. And just really, Tesla's an insane company, I would say now. Like, you know, they invested, they pumped some liquidity into their factory, and now they're doing 3 times what they were doing a few months ago. Of course, the lockdowns and stuff, like, kind of easing them a little bit. And I'm not sure how the droughts are going. I don't check the weather on China, but the droughts are definitely still out there, I think, and they're still impacting power outages and stuff. So they do have to, temporarily shut down and stuff. But oh yeah, here it is. Tesla also requested help from the Chinese government during the heat waves in Sichuan, as some of its suppliers were forced to pause production. Yeah, so we've talked about this, and we've talked about it pretty early. Like the big supplier CATL, they shut down their plant. I think they provide like materials and stuff, and so just not having materials, you can't produce any of these vehicles. But yeah, I guess the production lines, just the upgrades to that, it's like just helping in general, just helping deliveries for Tesla. Polestar, I don't know how they're doing. From the looks of it, I think in general it is going to start looking better. Because obviously Tesla's an outlier. They did their upgrades and stuff, but even NIO's deliveries actually were not that bad. So they did take a big loss on like expenses and stuff. So this is now kind of shifting over to Tesla or NIO's Q2 losses. But basically they lost 25 cents per quarter or per share per quarter two, versus 7 cents last year. And that's because operating expenses and despite improved deliveries. So they improved their deliveries, but they're taking a bigger loss, and that's probably just due to the supply chains just having to pay more for material, right? It's the supply and demand. When there's low supply and there's still the same demand, the price is going to go up. So they're taking like margin cuts on some of their deliveries and stuff, but they are delivering more. And I think they have plans to start delivering a lot more vehicles towards the end of this quarter too. Let me find that article and maybe I can show you guys a lot better. 25,000 was the vehicles that they delivered, which is 14% increase. We kind of know that. This is some of their revenue sales, about 1.4 billion, 21% growth. Is that what I showed you guys up here? No, that's different. This is the delivery numbers. This is the sales revenue generated. Mainly led by higher deliveries. So they do revenue through many different streams of revenue: the finance, the service, and then the batteries and stuff. But let me find. This is not a good article. I looked through it, I highlighted stuff, but the better article is the other one. Let me just see if I can scrape anything out of here. So outlook is for the third quarter, 31,000, 33,000 vehicles, which would still be an increase of about 26%, and then about a little under $2 billion for the quarter, looks like. Let me find the other article. That was not helpful at all. Is it this one? This one might be good, actually. So yeah, if EV deliveries for NIO recovers on the back of demand for several. Yeah. Let me read that correctly. So NIO stock rallied Wednesday as NIO sees EV deliveries recovering on the back of demand for several new electric vehicles and expansion overseas. Yeah, so it looks like towards the end of the year they're expecting more demand. Remember, I also told you guys that they're going to be doing the government's giving stimulus, so that's just money into the market, increasing demand. Some of the lockdowns were easing, so people could start going out. But we did talk about lockdowns again this past Like in a few live streams, like lockdowns are going back. Hey, okay, hold up. Sorry, I'm reading the Discord. But guided revenue lower for third quarter after losses came in worse than feared. Oof. Cost pressures amid shutdowns. Cost pressures? That's probably what I was showing you guys about supply chains. Um, you know. And then also I guess I don't know, like the materials and stuff, right? Is that the same thing? It probably is. So let's talk about NIO. What did William Lee say? He's the CEO. I'm not sure if he's the founder. He's the Asian guy. Our delivery started to recover after falling in Q1 versus Q2 versus Q1. They're at a critical period, right? They're going to start launching 3 new EVs. So this is insane because I thought Polestar launching one vehicle is like each year's like very ambitious and stuff. NIO is trying to do 3. Now they have been like out longer. They've been production and stuff. Let me see. Can you guys see the font stuff, or do I need to zoom in for you guys? I'm gonna zoom in one time for you. Yeah. Or no, it's too much. No, it's good. It's good. Okay. Yeah, I thought Polestar trying to deliver a vehicle, a new model each year was crazy. These guys are trying to do 3 new models in 2022, and they're also going to be doubling their production line. So very ambitious. I don't know if this is, I mean, obviously they have the government backing them and stuff, which can definitely help them. They're also doing the expansion into Europe, but scale in August. The new ET5 sedan is on track for production in September. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure how many models they have out now. I know they got the sedan and stuff. Was that the ET6 or ET7? Yeah, it's the ET7. That's gonna be shipping in August. They started shipping that out. Damn, I'm all over the place right now. I guess what do we even cover about this? I would say the main thing with NIO is they're starting to ramp up their deliveries, their productions again, which is good for, just the market in general. Is telling us that some of the tensions or whatever's been going on in China is going to start cooling down, and then we can kind of reflect that onto Polestar stock, and hopefully they're having the same amount of luck and they can start ramping up their volumes as well. With NIO though, they also are going to expand into Europe. I don't really know what's going on with Europe. I hate to think about it, but there's like recession talks and stuff. But from a business perspective, they are doing their expansion into Europe. Yeah, it's pretty new market for them, I think, which we've already kind of, as me talking as a Polestar investor, we've already got big footprint in that. So, them Europeans love the Polestar already. Anyway, I don't really care too much about NIO's earnings. I just wanted to give you guys that, we had like this period of dip where everything shut down, and then hopefully things are on the way back up, starting to ramp up. What else did I want to cover? Before we look at the charts, I just want to show you guys a few other things. I'm going to close this out. We have the semis were spotted as a Tesla prepares for deliveries. I don't know if you guys are big fans of Tesla, but they expect to do these deliveries at the end of this year. I was reading Tesla will start delivering the semi-electric truck before the end of the year. I don't know. This came out. When did this come out? Like a few days ago. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree, if you guys think they can actually get that done. We haven't even got the Cybertruck, so we'll see how this goes. The EV company prepares for the milestone. Tesla followers have been reporting increased sightings of the prototype truck. Some like videos posted by Twitter. So there's a video out here. There it is. I can play that for you guys in just a second. Semi buyers may be able to save up to $40,000 per truck through the. Oh, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. $40,000. I don't know how much the trucks are going for, but that's a lot of money. Happens to be an EV advocates cited 3 semis on the road. 2 of them had trailers attached, but the middle truck was not. Let's just play the video, shall we? Yeah, let's play the video. This came out September 4th around. Yeah, let's just watch it. Oh, they're outside. They're just parked. Tesla semi prototypes. Those are nice. Crazy. That's crazy. There's no audio, people. Oh, there is audio, but then I'm going to get flagged. Okay, so it's been like 5 years since they unveiled the semi-truck and was supposed to enter production 2 or 3 years ago. So had many delays for all the pre-orders. Elon did state that delivery will start this year, beginning with 500-mile version. That's huge, 500 miles. And so if they get this done this year, definitely be looking at Tesla stock. The trucks page on the website has been updated with more info on. Let's check that out, actually. Take a look at that. Tesla has also been recruiting semi-service technicians to provide mobile technician. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know, but or you ever seen the Tesla minivans and stuff, but those are like mechanical technical service shops. Yeah, they're like mobile shops basically. I think Polestar's doing that too. I think Lucid's doing that. Basically, they're on the road service cars. Let's take a look at that website though for the semis. I haven't been on Tesla's website in a long time. So they got 0 to 60 in less than 20 seconds. 2 kilowatt per hour energy consumption, 500-mile range. Hopefully this is not them rolling this thing down the road. If you guys know, Nikola did that. It's a beast though. Most powerful, more efficient, fully electric semi is the future of trucking. Hey. So is it a one-seater? That'd be crazy. No, it's a one-seater. I can't do the one-seater though. If it's a one-seater, I don't know why they would do a one-seater. Low cost of ownership. So let's take a look at that. Charging with electricity is approximately 2.5 times cheaper per mile than refueling with diesel. Operators estimated savings of up to $200,000 within their first 3 years of ownership, with remote diagnostic over the years, software updates, and fewer moving parts to maintain. Operators will spend less at service centers and more on the road. Okay, so they got me sold. Here's some of the specs here for the semi. Fully loaded, 82 pounds combined weight. How much can they push? Powertrain, 3 independent motors. Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to be saving this much right now, because even electricity is going up, so 2.5 times cheaper, you know, maybe that's a little exaggerated right now. Because there was a time where, like, yes, obviously charging your car was a lot cheaper than gas, but right now gas and electricity are both going up. So is there really that big delta of savings right now? Maybe, maybe not. So, yeah, especially with like the power outages and stuff in California. We've talked about that, right? Where, you know, people are having to, you know, turn off their shit, all their phones, their computers, all their outlets and stuff, because there's so much power consumption going. And some people might not be able to even charge their car, where you can, right, at least right now, you know, go to a gas station, fill up. So some people might need to buy their, you know, Nissan Altima back or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think that is all I have. We'll take a look at the charts now. This is, I had a few different articles, but I think that's the majority of the stuff I wanted to cover as far as news. And if you guys have any questions, let me close some of these tabs out. Yeah, so we got the semi stuff done. We talked a little bit about NIO earnings and stuff. Just big losses, but increase in deliveries, which is good. We want to see that volume come back up just in general for the EV market. And then we also saw the same thing with volumes, except Tesla actually injected some money into their factories. So that actually, like, you know, gave it a little boost, extra boost. So I'm going to close some of this stuff out, and then we'll take a look at the charts. And if you guys have any tickers or any other thing, but we'll definitely cover Polestar, because I think we're near the bottom. I know I said that last time, but oh yeah, and then we talked about facelift. Which is cool. Settle changes. We'll see how that kind of gets received by some of the new customers. And then we just kind of, you know, went over some of the revenues for the first half. Pretty good, I would say. And we got more to prove. I think Q4 will be big to see if they actually do deliver the Polestar 3, since they're kind of putting those numbers into their 50,000 vehicles. And I think that's it. Let's take a look at the charts. Where's my chart? Okay, here we go. So let's start with should we start with the daily? What do you guys think? So insane sell-off. I gotta start where we left off last time. We had like a double top, right? And then we have the neckline there. So once we broke there, pretty much the downside was, let me just do this really quick. A breakdown for that was like here. We've far exceeded our breakdown, honestly. So we're going to copy that down here. Right, so we far exceeded that. Well, I think we're oversold. I don't have the RSI and stuff but I do have the MACD. So on the MACD, you can see volume is actually starting to pick back up, or increase to the bullish side. What I really like about the chart, and the main thing I want to show you guys. So someone, who is it, Kahuna? I'm not sure if he's in here, but he's talking about a head and shoulders. I think that's still in the books. We were thinking it was going to be here, but then we broke like 850, like this range, 840. So that, you just throw that out the window, right? But there's still hope here. And the reason I like the hope here is because it's the first time we're actually making higher lows. So like here, it looked like we were making higher lows, but we came back down and we got, we never held that level up there. So right now, what it looks like is we're actually holding those higher lows, right? Now, if we get rejected again, if we get back underneath, what is it, like 660, then, we'll probably do a double bottom here, probably. But as long as we hold these higher lows, which it does look more promising, really 780 or 680 is the area that I'm looking, like start breaking out of this range here, then we can run back up to these levels a lot quicker. Because just as fast as we came down, let me clear this out real quick. Just as fast as we came down from like 750, you see these huge volume candles, we lost like $1 really quick, right? We can probably get that back. We just need to reclaim this level here around, a little under 680, 670. We can reclaim this level here. Then, yeah, we can start working our way back up. So, yeah, I like the lower high potential here. If we break it, then we'll probably retouch, 630 again, maybe go lower. But it's just kind of hard to believe that it's still trading at these levels, right? We've got good numbers, deliveries. But like I said, at this point, really not a day trader stock. It's just more of a buy and hold. One other thing I want to show you guys is the downtrend. We are breaking out of that downtrend, which is like right here. So that's good. We've been in this downtrend for a long ass time, right? So just a little bit more optimism, I would say. What else can I tell you guys? This is the 1 hour, by the way. So this is 1 hour chart. You can do the same thing on the 15-minute or 30-minute. I see potential here. This red line here that I got here is 680. That's what we want to cross. Really, I would just say 7 to be conservative. If you can get above 7, then we're gonna run back up to about 760, 770, I would say. But yeah, we want to make sure we can confirm these lower highs right there. It looks like we were getting rejected currently, but if we can just reclaim that level, we'd be looking a lot nicer, I would say. From a bigger picture, like I said, people are talking about the head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders. So that would be like here, and then a head down here. But even down here, you might have like a small head and shoulder, inverted head and shoulders here, something like that, right? That's why I say we need to reclaim that $7, and then maybe we can get the inverse, and then retouch like 770, something like that. I want to talk about SPY because this is like gonna help with the market a little bit, or just tells us a little bit more about the market. So we came down, head and shoulders up here, right? We had a head and shoulders. We never broke down, like, or never closed under here, like 387, 388. We never like closed under here. So a lot of people are being bullish right now. People are like jumping back into high growth and stuff. So maybe that's, the candle that we need, or the sentiment that we need to maybe see some upside in Polestar. I think the next big thing for the market and stuff is Tuesday or Wednesday when we get CPI data. Until then, we're pretty much chilling, which is bullish. So it looks like I kind of already drew this market, the market outline here. So I'm thinking we probably retouch like 408, 410. At the very minimum, I think 405 now, just because everything seems like it's chilling out. So I would say somewhere around 405. I think it's good for the SPY. So that gives us a small window where the market just kind of chills out, and then Tuesday we basically see where we're at. Let me double check. I think that's all I want to cover on Polestar though. Let me see. Yeah. The main thing is the lower highs, and then maybe a potential inverse head and shoulders here. We just don't want to break back under 760, 750, because then we're going to come back down. We could make new lows too, because you basically never know with the shorts. Shit. Let me quickly look at some of the other tickers. Tesla. What we got with Tesla going? Oof. Let me go to a daily. I'm gonna just clear everything out. I don't think Tesla's out of the gutter just yet. We're still like under this level, the 290. So yeah, it's currently like trying to reclaim that level. Let me just clear all this. So what I had here was an inverse cup and or just a regular cup and handle for some T. And I was expecting to fill the gap fill down below, but when market's chilling out, I wouldn't see why this wouldn't hit 300 again, but I would actually add the resistance, which is like right here. It looks like it's actually trying to break out of it. Let me go to a 1 hour to get more accuracy on that. It looks like it's trying to break out already, actually. Yeah, a lot of stocks have been doing this breakout, like DraftKings was running up today, and that one was crushing me. It's still crushing me. But I would say markets are chilling out, and Tesla, Polestar are the ones that people like to trade. Well, not Polestar, but Tesla, like people like to trade this one. NIO, I think, has some room to go. Where would this is? Oh yeah. Also, one thing I saw on SPY. Let me show you guys. SPY. You can like if you zoom out to SPY, you can see this. It bounced off of like a support that we basically created. Right there, basically. So, like 1 point, 2 points, and then 3 points. So people are basically kind of bullish right now. That's why I think like this point, like 405, it could definitely come. I think it's something we can look at. I don't know. What do you guys think? Sheesh. Let me go back to Tesla though. I just want to make sure I covered Tesla. I basically saw the same thing here. You have that. You know, it was coming down, but it basically touched it. Well, not really, but almost. Eesh. So cup, and I was thinking we'd fill this, but we're not filling it. So as long as it holds above 385, I would say you can start working back up to 305, 307. Yeah, because we were in like this range. Remember, you guys, we were in this range. We were kind of bouncing back and forth, and we're trying to reclaim that right now. So just depending on how I think markets will be chill for a bit. This will probably keep crawling back up to 300 and retouch it. I think that's everything I have. I think Lucid is going to be that outlier where it doesn't get love as much, but you guys know how it is. It's a good stock. And then Lucid, I don't like it, but people are going to buy it because the market's chill. But my target for it is down here, like 1330. Right now it's just doing its relief bounce, and it can't get above 15 for some reason. It's like 14.99. Something's going on there. Maybe a big sell wall. I don't know. Rivian had the big day though. Let's just be honest. Rivian had a huge day. I think they announced a partnership with Mercedes, and we talked about this actually. We talked about it in some of the other streams. I don't know if you guys were in here, but we were talking about the market was selling off. In the meantime, Rivian was consolidating for a long time, and we were saying, okay, it's gonna probably break down, fill the gap down here. But we did look at the flow, and remember, the flow was bullish. So that's why I said kind of just wait. I didn't want to buy puts on this just yet because I wanted to see which direction this would break out because we had a lot of consolidation here. And so that's going to mean a big move, right? And this actually closed towards the high of the day. So this might go back up to 40, honestly. Where's 40 at? Well, 40 is all the way at the top. Still, it's, yeah, we had a huge consolidation, like a week or 2 weeks of consolidation. So just the more the consolidated, the bigger the move it could be, and then it had this huge pop based off news. So yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. And I can confirm that we did look at the flow, and the flow was bullish. I'm gonna end the stream soon because I do gotta go do a draft or NFL draft for the Discord. Hey, they're excited. So yeah, I think we saw a lot of bullish flow. We talked about this. You guys will need to go back to the live streams, but we did talk about 25,000. Yeah, so much money going into these. Let me do this short term real quick. 32 G's. We saw a lot of bullish flow coming in on this. I don't know if you guys remember. You guys remember or no? Oh, this is Rivian 25,000. We were still seeing a lot of bullish calls, like, yeah, calls after calls after calls, like signals and signals. So we knew something was gonna come. Well, we were bearish on the stock. Where was it, ticker? We were bearish on the stock. We knew it was consolidating, but the flow was bullish, and so that's what kind of, kept me from going in on puts. And so I'm glad I didn't touch this because I would have got crushed. But yeah, this is pretty highly overvalued, but the market's gonna move based off catalysts, so that's what happened there. And yeah, I think the flow actually saved me this time. I could have done the calls, but in this market, I'm not really the one to get calls on an overinflated balloon, so that's why I didn't get the calls. But if you guys just wait, I would say like in a year or two, the market's gonna like be a different thing, right? It's gonna be easier to trade. It's not gonna be so much BS going on every day, so much volatility. Like trading right now is like super hard, and I'm taking L's left and right, let me tell you. And that's why I kind of just want to take a break from trading, or maybe just cut back on it and just talk about stuff that I like to talk about, like Polestar and stuff too, right? So because at the end of the day, Polestar is a pretty good company, I would say. What do you guys think? Damn, it's quiet in this bitch today. But no, I just feel like in a couple months, maybe a year or something, the market will kind of calm down and it won't be so crazy right now, like it is right now. Look, there's a perfect channel right there, actually. So this is probably going to go back up to 40. Just kind of spotted that out right now. But yeah, in a couple months, market will kind of chill out. A lot of traders will be wiped out. Hopefully I'm not one of them. And that's why I'm kind of going to cut back on my spending and just try to be more conservative and try to pile up on some cash. Yeah. And then we can start day trading. Because once the market cools off, it starts trading more predictable, then man, money's gonna be easy to make. You'll be able to start making easier money. Right now I don't know if it's just me, but it's insanely hard. Like one day we're hella bearish, everybody's crying, and then the next day everybody's saying buy more. So really tough, really tough. Right now I think though, I have puts, but I do think 405 is probably gonna happen just because we don't have news till like Tuesday or something, unless there's a sell-off Friday tomorrow. I don't know if that'll happen. Last Friday was insanely crazy, so that's the only thing that I would say. Was it this Friday? Yeah, this August 26th. No, the September 2nd. It was this one right here. Yeah, it was insane. That sell-off was crazy. People made some hella bread. But I should have been smarter. I should have realized that this is an insane support and it's not gonna break. So at that level here, I should have just went with the opposite and got the calls, but I fucked up. Anyway, I think that's gonna wrap up the stuff. Let me make sure I covered everything on Polestar because that's what people care about here on the channel. Well, for this video, if you clicked on the video today. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button. If you guys did learn anything or if you guys found value, please hit the like button. Let me run through the Polestar stuff really quick. Yeah, so MACD volume starting to cool up, so that's good. On the day, the candles are getting shorter, so there's basically forming a base, like finding a bottom. And like I said, on a shorter time frame, we are like making those higher lows, which I'm looking forward to, so we can start crawling back up to $7. So hopefully that does good. And then the downtrend resistance, so we got that basically breaking out. I think that's about it. Anything else you guys see on here? Let me see, that's the 1 hour, the 15-minute. I wouldn't really look at short terms because a lot can happen. So I would look at the longer term picture here. Plus it's a good company, right? On the overall, the month level here at 770, that's the big level that we want to get above. That will actually give us a big change in direction. So right now we are bearish, right? We could go back up here, but if we get rejected there, then we're still technically bearish, right? So it does this, and we could go back up there and then it could keep going down. So we really need to reclaim this level. I'll make sure to give you guys that. We need to reclaim it. And then officially we could say we're bullish. But Short term, I do think we might see some bleeding to stop if we can hold some of these levels. Hey, so I think that's it. That's it. Longer picture. I mean, dude, you're trading near 52-week lows. I don't see why people wouldn't be buying some of this in the long term at this point. I'm gonna pay attention more to that. Maybe next paycheck or something, I get a couple shares. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if I should scoop up some more shares. And what's your price average? So I gotta head out though. We got the NFL draft. I might stream that in just a bit too if you guys want to hit subscribe. Yeah, hit subscribe. I do EV video updates. I do, what else do I do? Option trades, watch list, stock DD. I do it all, baby. So hit the like button if you can. Subscribe to the videos or to the channel. Hit the notifications so you know when I go live. And then drop any questions you guys have. I hope you guys hang in there. God's good. We're gonna keep pushing. One bad day doesn't make it a bad life. Okay, we can bounce back. So let's keep our head up high and let's get this money and let's find good companies to invest in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna head out. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.